represented people may change by making a point, creating something bigger than what they are, grabbing people's attention, making notes, and showing what is theirs without violence, making a change you can never give up on, following what is yours, creating change that will make jaws drop. However, how could such a big group of women create such powerful change, we ask ourselves? The women's suffrage was developed through hard work and dedication. The women's suffrage community tried to raise and get people's attention and to grab Congress to support federal amendment that they wanted. Women's suffrage was created equal rights for women. White men had all rights a human needed. Women would have to stay home, take care of everything. If a small handful of women were employed, they would not have equal pay as men would. Men could vote. Women could not. How the suffrage community was there to help and support other women for rights, mostly focusing on rights for women. Women did everything in their power for a federal amendment. Quote, that all men and women are created equal, that they endowed by Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among those are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Quote, Lucy Burns. Racial segregation in the U.S. was huge. Black men and women had barely any rights. They had no right to vote. Young children had to go to segregated schools for education. Medical care was very limited, and transportation. Many colored men and women felt there no need to be changed. In 1875, Congress passed the Act of 1875 of Civil Rights. To solve Black Americans started a boycott. It was used to get Congress to see the issues of Black American civil rights. The Montgomery bus boycott was created by African Americans. They refused to ride on any city buses. Before the boycott began, Rosa Parks refused to move where she was sitting because a white man entered the bus. Parks was arrested. Soon later on the day Rosa Parks' hearing, the Montgomery bus boycott started. Martin Luther King was the leader of the civil rights movement. During the rough times that segregation brought upon this nation, they protested all the time. They made signs, got big groups together, sat in white restaurants to notice to end segregation. If you were a woman living in this time during 1848 through 1920s, during which women couldn't vote, how would you fight for your rights?
Well, during that time frame, women didn't have any rights, and in order to make a change, I would say I would find the other homemakers, band together, and start a rally to form our own way of having rights and equal say. More than what men have.
How would you make change?
How would I make a change?
Mm-hmm.
I would, again, try to get all the people that I know, the other homemakers basically, to band together and force our way for the government to hear what we have to say.
How would you use media?
I would use media by either talking to the newspapers and getting our voices heard that way, or radio, because there was no TV or anything. It was newspaper and radio back then.
If I was a woman living in 1848 to the 1920s, I would probably get all my girly friends and take us somewhere to protest where I think we would be heard the best.
Why would you choose to protest?
I would choose to protest because I feel that women should have the same rights as men, and that protesting in a peaceful manner, I feel like our voices would be heard in a good way.
How would you use media?
I would use media by trying to make as much ruckus as possible, so then maybe people would start to write about it in the newspapers or film it or something, so that way a lot of people could start to see it.